Hey everyone, and welcome to Isms by Josie. Today we're going to be continuing part 2 of this video series. We are doing the snack knit kit from Five Below. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for tuning in. And for my new viewers, please consider subscribing, share, hit the like button, leave a comment below, and click on that notification bell for future videos. So today, you guys, we are going to complete and assemble Water Melonie. If you didn't catch part 1 of the video, go ahead and check that out. I'm going to leave the playlist at the end of this video. We have created all the parts to make Water Melonie right here. Let me show you these pieces. So this is the first piece we created. Nice, beautiful, love it. Then we got into the rind of the watermelon, and that's where it started to get a little iffy, because we did the light pink, switched to the green, and then we ran out of the light pink, so I switched back to the pink. So that was no fun, but you know, watermelons aren't always perfect. Maybe the watermelon on the box is, but not this one. And then you're supposed to make 2 pieces of this square pink piece right here. And let me show you the monstrosity that I created. So here is the second piece. I ran out of the pink, as you can see here. Even if I didn't run out of the pink and used it here, that still wouldn't make up for all the rows that I didn't have this yarn for, which is funny because I think in the tips it says make sure you're not pulling the yarn too tight. I mean, for me, I think it was a little tighter than I normally would, and I still ran out. Comment below if you ran out of yarn as well. So what I went and done was get my own pink yarn. I had it I think it's a thicker yarn as well, which is why it's bulging out. So I'm going to try to hide this piece in the back. It's a little disappointing, but it's not surprising because there are other kits that I have tried at the dollar store that are the same thing. They give you just enough of yarn to whomever created the instructions, because the way that they do it is the way they did it, and they gave you that much yarn for it. So whoever made this instruction gave you enough yarn that they used that was enough for them, which is not fair, because as a beginner, you know, you can either make these super tight and have a lot of yarn left, or super loose and not have yarn left. This is kind of in between. It wasn't too tight, wasn't too loose, and I ran out. So wah wah. All right, so let's get into trying to put this stuff together. So we have 2 pieces. I'm going to guess that we have to do them for both. But we have our big rectangle, and we have to fold it into a triangle like that. Okay, and then we have to fold along the blue dashed lines to tuck in the top corner. This will form a wedge shape with more or less equal sides. So it has something like this. It's like on the top here, and then so it's like an origami thing maybe. So if I did that, this is just not cool. Maybe. And you know, this isn't like it's paper. Oy, oy. So I'm folding it along that way and then squishing it, folding it down this way. So I have my little triangular piece. Let's see what else it has me doing here. It's craziness. Why is there two sides? Stitch the opening. Maybe you're not supposed to make two of these. Oh yeah, knit two rectangles. Stitch the open right side closed. Like, I don't even want to do that. All right, let's take my needle. So they give you a needle here. We're gonna stitch it closed. So use your excess pieces. It's a big needle. All right, so I'm going to, it's like a pink rectangle, so you don't even have lines to work with. You're just supposed to guess. Oh man, all right. So you fold it, you're supposed to fold it like, I wish I can write on this thing. All right, so you're supposed to fold it. Oh, I have needles. I'll use that. This video, hopefully it won't be too long. So we're supposed to fold it this ways and then this ways. So essentially we need to end up with this bit of triangle. And then we have to sew it together. Stitch the open right side closed. All right, so remember where that was is the only tip I can tell you. Okay, comment below, let me know if you're struggling right now, because I am. Alright, and then it's supposed to be even Steven, I guess. And then we're gonna go down this way. We're supposed to go inside here? Is that what is happening? Was I supposed to make two of these green ones? Oh, I see. When it said two rectangles, it just meant this piece and this piece. All right, so that whole spiel, throw it out the window. Oh my gosh. There is enough green I saw to make a whole green rind, so you could try that. But, all right, so I've got this folded, and now I have to stitch it closed. How? Alright, so I folded it somehow, and I'm just gonna run with it. I guess just find stitches and use them to go in and out of on both sides. Wow, you guys, 1,000 apologies. This is my first time doing it. I guess we didn't have to make two of these pink things. We just had to make one pink thing and then the rind. So you do get plenty of yarn left. I take that back. But then we just totally ended up making an extra rectangle for no reason. But like I said, there is a lot of green left. You could just make a complete green rind and then have two watermelons. Now, this is not going to be enough to make it, I think. So I'm going to use the other piece that we have. I wish they kind of told you around what rows to like to fold, so you're not just guesstimating it. I'm sure the rind would be helpful in some way, but I didn't really think that through, and I don't think anybody else would. It actually did make it. Alright, place the other rectangle under the top wedge and stitch around the edge, leaving a gap for stuffing. Okay, so we are going to be now sewing this way. You know, it's funny, this isn't a perfect triangle. Anyway, all right, so I'm going to tie this to this guy now because this is the longer piece. Double knot it, and you can hide this inside here, but we're now going to use this one to thread up, and then I'm going to sew around the edge. The way that it has you sewing is in this direction, I guess, but it wants you to leave a gap on this side. Oh. You know what? I'm just gonna sew this and leave the gap on this side. Yeah, how different is it to just have the hole on that side? We're gonna find out. Alright, so start sewing this. And then you can try going from stitch to stitch so that one, you stretch out this watermelon, and two, you make sure that it's the same length as the rind. But I must admit, this is the weirdest way to make a triangle out of, I mean, I guess it would be more advanced to knit a triangle, because that's when you start reducing stitches. So I kind of get it, but at the same time, that was a weird way to get a triangle out of this. Alright, so I'm going to sew this downward that it has. I'm going to leave this side open and just stuff it on this side. That way I have a continuous flow here. But I'm going to tuck this, oh no, that's me. I'm going to tuck this one in. Or maybe I can, yeah. They had us do this long piece, but I think this one that I'm using right now will make it across. So I'm going to do this first, and then I'm going to fold it down, and I'm going to sew it down this way. And we're going to do a light sew on this because we are going to come back up sewing it. Okay, then we're going to go in here and again tuck all of this stuff in here. I'm going to go in here and we're going to continue sewing across this way. And even though we didn't have enough of the light pink, sewing this onto the watermelon, this edge, it's gonna blend, so it's not that bad. Okay. Now once we get here, all right, we're going to put the stuffing in here. So we're going to grab our stuffing. Let's see how much it gives us. Because I don't know if it's going to fill the whole watermelon, but I think it's just going to be like a plushie. I think it's going to be really like squishy. So you just want to use your hands to shape the watermelon. Miss Melonie. Now I have my own extra stuffing, but I'm not going to use it today. I'm just going to use what I have, just like you guys. Alright, so now we're going to close this by sewing down the rest of this piece here that's open. And take your opportunity to tuck in any of the threading. And we're going to head back up again. Okay, I'm going to come back up. To where we hit this color so that we can tie our knot, blend it all in. Okay. Then I'm going to cut this short. And then I'm going to try to drag this piece into the watermelon. It's easier if you have a crochet hook, but I understand that we're not going to have a crochet hook. This is knitting. So let's see. What I'm going to do is, let me try wrapping this around. Maybe I can try like forcing this in here. Okay, got it in there. Just push it inside one of the holes. Then we're going to zhuzh this up so we can spread out this thing. And it's crazy because this isn't, I don't know how they got it all nice and perfectly triangular. But this is what we're working with. Right, then I'm going to pick the side, the better side to do the face. Okay, we can do this side or we can do this side. I like this side better. Alright. Add the stuffing, stitch the gap closed. The watermelon wedge will get taller when the stuffing is inside. Stick on the eye, mouth, and seed stickers. You can stitch the stickers on with black thread for extra durability, if you like. I'm not going to do that here, but I am going to just start sticking these on. These are going to be so cute. So I'm just going to place these down first. Let me see how I want these to go. Is that a nice... Okay. I guess it doesn't have to be perfect. And you know what's crazy? The seeds are towards the bottom. I don't want to make it look like she's crying. Alright, we're just going to do it the way the the box shows. But I've never had a seed at the very top, I feel. Oh no, wait. No, that's right. Well, comes to show, you know, I get my seedless watermelon because I don't know where the stinking seeds are. Let alone, I thought we were supposed to have 2 squares. Oh my gosh. Ah, that rant. Well, it's a learning show, everyone. Welcome. Alright, so here is my Water Melonie. Yay! Oh wait, no, there's one more here. I'm not going to put it on. They only show 3. I'm going to leave it at that. Or I could put like one down here. Nah. Alright, so there you have it. This is my Water Melonie. Comment below, you guys. Let me know how yours went. Let me know where you were struggling. I 1000% take back this rant. They give you more than enough. They didn't give you enough of the light pink, but they gave you enough of the regular pink. So, At the end of the day, it all worked out because it blends. But this is a really cute plushie. As far as washing, because that's what I do, I'll wash it. I don't trust this felt stuff to stay on there. So like they said, if you want, you could sew with embroidery floss around each piece. But that would make it a super long video. So stick with me, you guys. I think I have 3 more boxes of this snack knit kit that I'm sure I'm going to be entertained with. Yeah, so there you have it. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching. This is Isms by Josie. Please share, like, and subscribe for future videos, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks. Bye.